people? Welcome. Happy full moon in Sagittarius, depending on when you're watching this. Excited to be in space with you all and to explore all the wonderful full moon related vibes and things. Yeah, we have a full moon in Sagittarius happening right now, which is, I think it's really coming at the right time. I think there's a lot of energies being, hold on, look at me with my mop back here. Hello, mop. Y'all need to see that. But I try to stay clean. Hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome everyone to this space. It's good to be here with you all. So we have a full moon in Sagittarius. It's happening technically on the 31st, like way in the early mornings, depending on what time zone you're in. And I think so much is coming through with the Sagittarius archetype in the sense that it's really about belief. It's belief in possibility, belief that there is a reason for things, and that there is a pattern, there is a rhythm, there is a God, there is a source, there is a creator, and that we're all being guided in some way, shape, or form by our soul, by our divine being. I think of the quote in The Alchemist, amazing Sagittarian book, where, he writes that the universe conspires in our favor. And they do. It does. If we are to believe in ourselves, we are ultimately seeing that there's a divine orchestration to things that sometimes we just get in our own way. We just get in our way. We think that the universe is out to get us. We get swept up by other people's stories. We get brought into the vacuum and the vessel of so many other people's ideas of what our life should be, what it should look like, how we should show up. And if we were to really stand back, look at it all, it's like, whose beliefs are you really anchored in? And are your belief systems, are they really creating a feeling of divine connection with God, source, creator, universe, whatever it is you want to call it? How are you practicing in faith? How are you practicing in trust? Because the noise is only going to get noisier. The noise is only going to get noisier, especially with Uranus, that planet of shock, twists, and turns, being in a very nervous system, like on edge sign. And it's like, okay, cool. If we were to stand back and root ourselves in the unmovable, unshakable belief that we are exactly where we need to be, the universe, whether it looks like it on the surface, like or not, the universe is still conspiring in our favor. She wants what's best for us. You want what's best for you. And what is needed in the cacophony and the sea of tension and pain and suffering, and that's real, right, is the flicker of hope that keeps things going. I think what's interesting about Sagittarius as well is that they're the winter flame. They are the winter flame. Join us live on YouTube. Full moon in Sag vibes. Give me 1 second, friends. I just want to let the community know that I'm here. Sagittarius. Let's talk about it. So it is the winter flame, Sagittarius. And you think of a winter flame and what's needed to keep that flame going, right? It takes time, it takes energy. You got to give it fuel to keep that energy going. And when we look at Sagittarius, it's that tiny flicker of flame that still keeps us warm, still keeps us going, even in the dead of winter, right? That is Sagittarius. It's that even though things around us might be falling away and are absolutely ending, it's up to us to keep that fire on, to keep the lights on. And I think something here to even bring this conversation even more to the forefront is, let's look up and look at the chart here. Look at this Sagittarius moon, Sagittarius full moon over here, right? Look at everything over here. Look at all this energy down here, and here is the Sagittarius full moon on the other side of all of this noise. We got Aries that really wants to do something. We got Gemini that's like, okay, we got to learn something new here. We got Cancer whose heart is open and feeling and raw and vulnerable. We have Pisces who wants to dream and dare to dream again. We have Virgo over here obsessed with what's not working. And we have Pluto and Aquarius over here shouting and trying to get the collective to come together by addressing the rot, by looking at the death and the decay and the things that are not working in our favors, right? And here's this full moon in Sagittarius just going, okay, well, do you believe? Do you believe? Do you believe that we will find our way through this? Do you believe in yourself as well? And whose beliefs are you really practicing? Whose beliefs are you really living by? Are they your own? Do they make your heart, your soul, your mind, your spirit sing? Or do your beliefs paint a reality that feels a lot more grim? And it's hope, right? That helps us survive. It's faith that helps us survive. And how that restores a connection with each other, with this world, with our art, with our hands, with the day in, day out work, our connection with time itself. It's no wonder why Sagittarius is also the sign of synchronicity, baby. The universe is forever talking. Everything is talking. Everything is communicating. Nothing is by chance. Nothing is by coincidence. Everything is divinely speaking and communicating to you. And what do you got to do to hear that? Trust. Close your eyes and trust. I think of the Fool card in the tarot. Open your heart and trust. And it doesn't make all of this any quieter, right? It doesn't make any of this any quieter. It doesn't make that Aries energy that wants to come online and do something quieter, or Gemini who's like wanting to learn something. If anything, it anchors all of this in belief, in faith in our humanity. You don't have to have faith in humanity and the people who are in power. Forget that noise, but can you have faith in yourself, and in turn have faith in the people who are around you? Because truth is, a lot of people don't want to hear this as well, is that we've been here before. This ain't new. This ain't new. This is universally a part of the human experience. Us getting to a place of, okay, cool. What's our next move? And while technology is rushing you to figure out what that best move is, sure, we can label capitalism as being a part of that, or these systemic chains and generational trauma and ... Ultimately, if we were to turn all of that story down, if we were to connect with the true essence of your soul, who is wanting and desiring, to quote Abraham Hicks, forever wanting and desiring, what would be the next most soul-fulfilling, soul-enriching step I can take from this place of belief? That is the work. That is what we're moving toward with this full moon. and a release here, right? Full moons are about release. A release of the beliefs that are getting in the way of us being able to fully embrace that on the other side of whatever this cacophony is, this tension, there will be humanity. There will be us. We will be there. We keep going. We always keep going. We have always kept going. Does this moment mean you quit? No. We keep going. And if we're going to keep going, we might as well keep going, hoping, wishing, desiring, trusting by how many of y'all still need a sign from the universe that things work out? How many of y'all still need signs from the universe that it'll work out, that there is something to this? There's a game to life, right? That's very Sagittarian to say. There's a game to life. We spent how many years with Neptune and Pisces? Neptune, the planet of spirituality, and Pisces, spirituality again on steroids. Everybody was spiritually awakening. I'm exaggerating, of course, but like people were spiritually awakening. We started exploring manifestation, law of attraction, the quantum field. You know, we started exploring these spiritual concepts as if they're not accessible. They've always been. And during that Neptune and Pisces, we started exploring all these esoteric frameworks, right? And in that, it's like, okay, cool, there's something to this. How interesting. I was thinking about this person and boom, there it is right there. What is that? What is that cycle? What is this loop? What is this loop showing you? And ultimately, the loop is here to show you that there's a choice. You can make a choice. You can absolutely make a choice. You can choose to walk the other way. You can choose the hero's journey, to walk in this adventure. And it really is. It's such an adventure. Although lots of folks won't say it because they're not ready to give up this story that, you know, life is happening at them versus happening for them. All of this is happening for us in some way, shape, or form. And it's the resistance of that creates all of this tension. Oh my God, this looks crazy in this chart. This looks insane. Look at all of this. Look at this pile up of energy over here. And the only thing separating it all is Sagittarius here. As that beacon of hope, as the lighthouse that it is, Sagittarius goes, we have to start from a place of free choice, free will. All of this is happening for us. Whether we like it or not, it's happening for us. You hold the keys in telling this story. It's up to you how you tell this adventurous story in this adventurous chapter of life. Gosh, it's okay to believe in our best, to see a silver lining. To see a silver lining. Dare yourself to see a silver lining in this moment. So I'm curious, y'all. While we get some personalized readings going, that's the direction we're going in a second here. What is your silver lining? Let's talk about it. Let's get it out there. What is that silver lining for you? How are you dreaming right now? Come on. Anything for Selenas. 'Cause I'm dreaming of Sagittarius tonight. If you were to dare to believe in the best case scenario and that best case scenario were to happen, what would it look like? What would it feel like? Drop it in the chat. What dream? What is that belief? Also, you can share what belief is getting in the way. What belief is getting in the way of it all, friends? Like, come on. Why? Why are we letting that? Why are we letting these Why can't we believe in the best case scenario? Because chances are that the best case scenario will happen. It has happened. It has happened before. Okay. So let me get this personal. Now we're going to move on to personalized readings, friends. Just give me a second here to get that going. Hello, friends. We're all booked up today for personalized readings, but if you want to book in the future, all you got to do is comment chart if you're watching on Instagram. If you're on YouTube, all of my links are in the description below. All right? All my links are in the description below to book a one-on-one reading from me. So today we have Boss, we have Patty, Louise, and Lori. So Boss, if you are in the house, let me know. I'm going to pull up your chart here real quick, love, and we'll talk about you. Please stick around. Chances are some of these folks have very similar astrology as you do. And you can learn a little bit about your chart by learning about somebody else's, and in turn learn about, other people as well who might carry some of this astrology. This is where I think astrology gets super powerful, because it really does become a tool to help us bridge some empathy, sure, for ourselves, but in other people too. It's really cool how it can do that. So Boss, this message is for you, baby boo-boo, wherever you are. I hope you are in the space. If not, if you're watching the replay of this, well, then here we go. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about your career path. Your career path. That is what you put in your notes. You wanted to know about that career path, right? So a couple of things, first and foremost, come along is addressing the core tension of your chart through your north and south node, which that south node in Pisces, we amplify the shadow of Pisces. But first we got to understand Pisces. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. By the time we get to Pisces, we've gone through the whole entire wheel. We started with Aries, we end with Pisces. It is the sign of dissolving, the sign of surrendering, the sign of what lives in the other realm. And by the time we get to Pisces, it's a collection of all of the signs, all of it. You got a little bit of it all. It's the Jesus fish. It is Christ consciousness, Buddha consciousness. It's the Tao Te Ching. It's life itself. It's yin and yang. And understanding that life, perceptual reality, what is that? And how easy it is to get swept into the undercurrents of other people's realities, right? That's why Pisces is belief in a different way, right? Whereas Sagittarius wants to believe in the best, right? It's sheer, pure optimism. When we get to Pisces, we add the grief to the conversation. Yes, we want to believe, but there's also no escape from grief. There's also no escape from pain or suffering. And where Pisces gets lost in the sauce is they get lost in the pain and the suffering. They stay trapped in the leper's den, in that Jesus parable, right? They get trapped in the, wow, all I see is pain. All I see is suffering. And therefore, they do one of two things. They get super depressive, super emotional, to the point where they can't get out of bed, or they escape. This reality is too much for me. I'm going to escape. I'm going to drink so much. I'm going to smoke so much. I'm going to escape in relationships. I'm going to escape in video games, in food, in whatever it is, because whatever the reality that's loudest in the emotional body, it's too much. So I need something to numb that out. I need something to numb the intensity of feeling it all. And that right there, feeling it all, is exactly what Pisces is all about. To feel it all and to still remain centered is what highest octave Pisces is all about. To experience the pain as Jesus was on the cross and stones were being cast at him. He was being whipped and tortured, and he cried and he screamed and he suffered. And still in his last dying breath, he said, "Forgive them, for they do not know." Still found it in his heart to say, yeah, the pain is real, but you don't know. Sometimes we don't know the harm we are inflicting on other people. We're so trapped in our own personal realities, our own personal dramas, our own webs, and whatever it is you want to call it, that we don't realize that pain and suffering. We don't realize that an alternative is even possible until shit really does hit the fan and that bubble bursts and we're left to deal with reality, right? And that right there, all of that speaks to that Piscean archetype. It's the beauty of the bubble we create, very Linda, and also the grief of when that bubble pops, right? And with South Node in Pisces, we're dealing with more of the shadow of Pisces, which is feeling all of it, taking it all upon yourself to fix as well, taking it all upon yourself to, okay, cool, I have to be the one to carry this burden. I have to carry the weight of the world on my shoulders. And in the second house of value, there's something here where we don't really trust our value. We don't really trust our worth. We kind of just let our feelings get the best of us. To which the path here, if you want to get this 10th house working for you and any sort of career working for you, you got to do that 10th. You got to do the North Node Virgo work, which is great. I see my feelings. I witness my feelings. The feelings are there, but I got to organize myself. I got to organize my feelings. I am not only my emotion. My emotion is data, energy, and motion, to quote Joe Dispenza, right? Emotion, energy, and motion. That's what it is. But South Node in Pisces, that energy and motion, it doesn't happen. You don't do it as much as you should. It's a comfort zone to swamp it up. And that energy, like, it's hard. So we got to build some skills here. What sort of skills are we building? Well, the house that Virgo is in will tell you the sort of skills worth building here. In the 8th house, skills of shadow work. Also skills of allowing help to come through as well and asking for it. In the 8th house of shared contracts, shared vulnerabilities. In the 8th house of what happens after marriage when you are now fully naked, vulnerable, all the raw bits are out there, the honeymoon phase is over, and still you have needs, you have wants. I think we want to be of service, right? Especially with that South Node in Pisces, we care deeply. But the service worth exploring here, which North Node in Virgo, it is the sign of service, it's practically how do we tame these demons? My partner, DJ, he uses something about keeping his demons on a leash. And I think in many ways that's exactly what this North and South Node placement is showing me. Because the demons are all running around, jumping around, toys are everywhere, and that South Node in Pisces is like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. No, it's okay. But it's not. We need some discipline. We need some structure. We need some order. We need to keep our demons on a leash here, because they are getting in the way of you being able to feel the fullness, the richness of life, of the human experience itself. So looking at this North Node, we're seeing that conversation already worth exploring and playing out. Like there's a reason why there's something in you that feels off. Now the response is, let's not escape here. Let's start building skills to help us really feel like in our power, in our worth. What steps have we not been courageously taking? It is our first Saturn return, baby. Saturn in Aries. We're testing the limits of our courage here, boss. We are testing the limits of our courage. Your literal name is boss. Peace. How can we have peace with our fire, peace with our grief, peace with the actions we know we need to take that are still going to be scary, but it's going to be so worth it? What actions are we not taking here? What are we not doing? Some of the best work you end up doing in this life would be when you stop resisting change. Midheaven. You want to know the shape or the color or the idea of your career, your legacy? Look at your midheaven. Look at the crown of your chart. It's up here, right in the middle of your 9th and your 10th house. Up here, we have Scorpio in your midheaven. Change, aliveness, risk, trusting your intuition. Something's gotta change. Something's gotta change. Something's gotta metamorphosize. And look, moon, your moon sign, everybody's moon sign is their ultimate source of happiness. So for you, the ultimate source of happiness is change. It's change. It's going deeper. It goes so much deeper than all that. To get into the underbelly of the beast. That is what Scorpio is all about. It's to look at your shadows and say, I'm not scared of you. I love you, and I'm going to walk this way anyway. You can walk with me or you can stay behind. You choose. But I'm going to keep moving forward anyway. I'm going to keep following my curiosities. This is not the end of me. You are not the end of me. Whoever you are, whatever you are. And in that, the radical self-honesty of looking at yourself and going, okay, babe, self, I've been spiraling. I've been escaping. I've been hitting that ganja a little bit too much. I've been hitting the bottle a little bit too much. I've been trying to numb something here. I've been trying to escape something here instead of facing it courageously, bravely. Because whatever this demon is, whatever this dragon is, whatever this skeleton in the closet is not as scary as what I'm imagining it to be. And all that's missing is a skill. Building a skill. Learning something new. And you already have a learner, like a student in you, Sun in Gemini, forever student. Let's start building practical skills here, though. Skills in the body that help you alchemize the shadow through the body. And in that, maybe a career gets inspired. Maybe some act of service, something that you want to contribute gets inspired. But you gotta start pushing on whatever that thing says that you're not enough. You gotta start pushing against it. Right? Get some of that water moving. The current needs to move. All right, that's what I have for you, boss. Thank you so much, love. I appreciate you. A comment just came in here that I just saw. I wish you offered private astro spiritual counseling. I do one-on-one readings in private. They're called soul sessions. If you're watching on YouTube, you can check out the link in the description. I have my readings located on there. And see if it works for you. If you're watching on Instagram, comment chart, and I'll send you all the links to all the ways I read. Completely up to you. All righty. But thank you, boss. I appreciate you. That was a really beautiful reading. Let's move onward and upward. Yeah. Next up, we got Patty. Patty Cakes. Where are you in the world, love? Say hello. I'm pulling up your chart here real quick, Patty. Give me 1 second. Thank you for your patience in advance. Okay. Just reading your notes here, Patty. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Yeah. Great. Yeah. Yeah. Great. Awesome. Let's talk about it here, Patty. Let's talk about your chart. Let's talk about what's happening here, okay? So, here we go. I think this feeling of there being something to reach for, but not knowing exactly what it is in your chart. Absolutely. There are some shadows here, right? Right away, I'm looking at this pile up of Scorpio energy in the 8th house, right? So much of, I think, or I see the work for you in this lifetime has to deal with mystery, has to deal with the unknown, or rather making the unknown known. I think that's more Scorpionic, right? Making the unknown known, bringing the shadows into a level of radical honesty. Again, Scorpio, change. And the source of happiness, your moon sign, and also your Jupiter in a very near exact conjunction. Jupiter being the planet of how you open doors, how you bring those blessings in. So the more you change, the more the pathway opens. And your moon is happy with change. It's happy with things growing. You know, it's the idea of, I always love using this imagery with Scorpio of anybody who has this Scorpio energy in them, it's worth exploring as well, of moving to a place of acceptance that you are going to be forever in your life in a cocoon, right? To be the goo in that cocoon, right? And maybe as life moves and we grow, a little wing pops out and a little butterfly wing, we see it, but then you're like, there's still more. I'm gonna go even deeper. And maybe a couple butterfly wings pop out. Nope, gonna go deeper. And in that, we see this cycle of Scorpio. It's the literal cycle of shit becoming a lotus flower, right? It's the archetype of compost. It's the archetype of, I'm not afraid of going deep. I'm not afraid of going into the shadows. I'm not afraid of looking at the boogeyman in the closet. I'm not afraid as well in bringing that out in others, bringing the shadows of other people to light. Yes, I trigger people, but what I'm triggering is something much deeper than whatever that surface level response is, right? What I'm triggering here is vulnerability and honesty, and an honesty that is only possible through vulnerability, through risk. There's also a level here in the 8th house. It's also the 8th house of the occult. There's some witchery here worth exploring. There's some occult wisdom here worth exploring. There is something more psychic here worth exploring. And I think the service we end up offering to this world, whatever it is we end up contributing, is going to feel a lot more confronting and also quieter at the same time. we've done service. This is where that South Node in Leo comes. We've done service in a way of, oh my God, Patty, you're so great. Oh my God, thank you. Oh gosh, I see you. Yeah. And South Node in Leo, they get that recognition, right? And I think a lot of that recognition, a lot of the value or the validation that you end up receiving in the service you end up providing in this world, and it can be practical, it can be community oriented, who knows, whatever it is, the validation we get, the applause we get, the flowers we get, somewhere along the way, it doesn't feel enough. There's something missing. Am I being of service in a way that I was taught to be of service? Am I performing here, masking here? That's a really good South Node in Leo framework. Like, where am I masking? Why am I masking? And is my contribution, is it really rooted in the present? Does it really push against status quo? And you'll find that every single time you end up playing by the rules, that something in you just goes, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel comfortable. I gotta switch things up. Especially when the lights turn off. This is that 12th house in Aquarius, right? North Node Aquarius in the 12th house. Solitude. It is carrying, Aquarius is ultimately at the highest octave, and that's what we're looking at here with North Node in Aquarius, carrying a vision forward, bringing humanity to the next level, challenging the status quo. It's to be the outlier, to be the weirdo, to be the person who looks at the terms and conditions of social conformity and to go, fuck that, burn it down. I don't want to do things your way. I want to do things my way, my wholehearted way. I want to do things authentically. I cannot help but see the shadows. And yet here I am trying to keep things light, trying to keep things warm, trying to keep the room warm when all of my emotional body is carrying a warning. You sense things, you feel things. They don't come, like nothing in your chart is like, we're just going to follow this straight path and we'll get there. Even though you have a sun in Capricorn, absolutely. But you know what? Jesus was a carpenter. He built things, and that's very Capricornian. We're building something. We're building something that hasn't been built before. You were born on Christmas Day. Christmas Day. You were born on Christmas Day. You carry the wisdom energetically of all of that. What does that mean? That right there, what does that mean? Meaning. You came into this world, 10th house, Capricorn in the 10th house. Also Mercury here in Capricorn in the 10th house. We're building a legacy in this lifetime. Absolutely, 10th house of legacy. We're building a legacy in this lifetime. And we gotta truly wholeheartedly believe in the words and the practices we're preaching. And if you don't, you'll feel lost. If you don't, you'll mask. If you don't, you'll keep on contorting yourself in a way that feels like will never feel fully like you. Because the truth is, you've been blessed with this intuitive, psychic, emotional body that's always just like, we haven't fully arrived at truth. So this is where that North Node in Aquarius really starts working for you. I want you to start thinking of solitude and how you can enhance your solitude. I want you to think of, in the realm of solitude, 12th house is also the realm of spirituality. It's the realm of the ethereal. It's the realm of what exists beyond the physical realm. And in the 12th house of spirituality, talk about starseed. Talk about you're an extraterrestrial here, probably plopped here on Earth, and you're just coming into remembering, oh shit, okay, cool. I carry something here that can really help. that can really bring humanity to a place of integrity and respect with one another. And that's the thing with Capricorn, is just like, where's the integrity? I'm seeing a lot of this, and I like I'm hearing a lot of this, but what I'm seeing is totally different. Integrity is important for you. And the sun, your source of sanity, the sun in Capricorn, hard work, good work, feeling like you're doing good work really matters. I would add here with North Node in Aquarius, good, honest, forward-thinking, innovative work. I think we're playing it safe. And it's okay. That South Node in Leo, it needed that. It needed the masks to wear. It needed those rules to follow. It needed that sort of safety. Because, to go outside of that realm was really hard and scary. God forbid somebody rejects you. God forbid somebody outcasts you. It's tough. It's no one likes the feeling of not belonging. But so much of that North Node in Aquarius, it's like, but do you belong to the people, to the work, to the things that really feel honest? Are we just scraping by the surface, or can we go deeper here? And we're talking about depth that is intense. Leo wants things to be light and presentational and warm and magnetizing, right? It's like, yes. But Aquarius just wants things to be honest, and Scorpio too, honest, but to the point. The stinger. It's like, I see the thing that is, I see what's clogging up the whole entire thing here. And Scorpio sees it, and now we do something with it. We alchemize it. And from that, we gain a sense of power. And that right there is that 8th house territory. You have a full ass stellium here, which needs it needs to feel power. The power that comes from change. I think of Miss Maxine, the memeable moment of Miss Maxine reclaiming my time, reclaiming my energy, reclaiming my power, reclaiming my worth, reclaiming my truth, reclaiming my vision, reclaiming my innovation, reclaiming my legacy. Me. And in that, you will build the scaffolding upon which other people will see you from the top of that mountain, and they'll go, how do I get up there? And you'll go, baby, if you only knew. Come sit with me. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about those demons. Let's talk about those shadows. Trust your instincts. Trust what you want. Trust your rage. Trust your anger. Trust your intuition. And sometimes that intuition, it hurts. It's like, man, I don't want to see. But you cannot help but see. And in that, cool. How does this motivate you to change in some way, shape, or form? How does this motivate you to move? And also, who are you doing this with? Because 8th house is also the house of shared contracts. It's the house of people that soul tribe, the select group of people we can really entrust all of this with as well. You are building with others. So who are you building with? I know it's a little tough too, because we have Pluto in Virgo, Pluto, the planet of death, rebirth, and transformation in Virgo here in that 7th house. So we have high standards about the people we want to collaborate with, to the point where it's like, oh, well, maybe I won't work with others at all. I'll just keep to myself. But that Aquarius here carries the pulse of collectivism. It's about working with a collective. In the 12th house, we're working with the collective consciousness and the collective unconsciousness. What does that look like? What's coming through 12th house to get this North Node really working for you? We need very ritualistic practices of solitude. When you think about spiritually going to the mountain, opening up the Akashic records, when you think of really tapping into the collective void, into the quantum field, these are all terms that I'm using. Not that you have to choose one of those, but like, let's start exploring here and let's start learning here. Okay, cool. How can I become a master of that? Because there are channeled messages that are coming to you, that can come to you in that 12th house territory. Okay? In that 12th house territory. So that's what I have for you, dear. I see your comment. My circle is so small outside a dot. Yeah. And it's important. Like that 8th house stellium in Scorpio, it needs that small group of people. But like, I would start encouraging an exploration of like, great, how can we collaborate together? How can we bring this to the next level? How can we bring truth together to the next level? Talk about bringing truth and justice to the light. That is so much of your chart here. And in Capricorn, like, what's the framework? What are we building? What is the legacy through that? And how can we do the day in, day out work? Because work is a source of sanity. You got to be doing work. You came into this world to work. There is no retirement for you in that sense. There is no retirement for you. There only is like great work and good work that doesn't feel like work because your soul is in it. Your truth is in it. The vision is in it. All right. Thank you. Love you, babes. Thank you for your trust. I appreciate you. A comment coming in from Instagram here. I want you to read my chart. So if you would like a chart reading, all you got to do is comment chart on Instagram Live. If you're watching on Instagram Live, I have personalized readings, one-on-one private readings, and I have these live readings as well. We're booked up for today for these mini readings, but booked for the future because it's worth it. The wait is worth it. I try my best to create healthier boundaries around this, but we'll see. If I see there's like really still a lot of interest in these mini readings, I might open up some other time slots. But thank you. All you got to do is comment chart on Instagram. And if you're watching on YouTube, then all of my offering links are in the description. So you can check that out as well. Right now we have a little bit of a buffer time. We have like 10-15 minutes or so. So I'll open up the space for 1 or 2 questions that I can answer about astrology. If there's any question you have, please, this is your time to do so. I'll try my best to make that a thing. So whoever has a question that I'm like, ooh, I want to answer that, I'll go ahead and answer it here. Also check in. How you guys doing? How's this resonating for y'all? Thank you for being here, by the way. Appreciate you. Drink a little coffee, a little cafecito. There's usually a little bit of a buffer. Oh yeah, good question here. Chiron. So Chiron, I'll try my best to explain Chiron because I feel like the astrological space is a little diluted with Chiron information, and we hear some of these terms, right? Chiron is the wounded healer, which is accurate. But for me, I feel like what helps me understand Chiron is that the wound is the place that the light enters you, to quote Rumi. I think right there it carries a lot of the medicine. The wound is the place where the light enters you. Chiron here really wants you to earn wisdom by sitting with those wounded places and to move forward, to go in that direction. For me, my Chiron is in Cancer, and Chiron for me in Cancer has shown me in those earlier, very emo years, gosh, it's a mom wound. And I carried so much resentment around mom. I truly felt like there was a lack of nurturance in in my upbringing. I grew up, second generation Puerto Rican, mom, very much a single mother raising 3 boys. I'm the oldest, and now I can this is the medicine working, right? Of like sitting with the wound, being able to empathetically look at it. Now I'm like, after the years, I'm like, yeah, single mother of 3, had to be father and mother, and sometimes too much of a father. Throw in that I'm queer, I'm gay, and gosh, was that tough for her as well, because although I felt like unaccepted at that time when I came out to her, through the healing of that wound, I realized that she really wanted what she thought what was best for me. She was afraid of how the world would treat her baby boy. She was afraid that the world would be harsh on me. And in turn, she projected that harshness still onto me. But that Chiron wound in Cancer, it speaks to the wound is open, and what's missing is what Cancer is at its highest octave. It's nurture, it's care, it's softness. And where the magic really started flowing was instead of waiting for that motherly, maternal care and nurture to come from my mother, in empathetically extending that hand out to her on my own, forgiving her, I in turn started nurturing myself, holding myself motherly, like in mama bear ways, talking to myself as if like a mother would through that Cancerian lens, which is like, hey, mama got you. Mama loves you. Mama sees you. I started talking to myself in terms like baby. Hey, baby, what's wrong? Hey, baby, what's going on? Hey, baby, did you drink some water today? Hey, baby, did you eat today? And like dropping in and just checking in on myself. This idea that, once we leave and we leave that nest, that our parents are just that parent and that's it. Like, no, there's an inner parent here at work. Through some of the weirdness of that and didn't feel natural at first, I eventually started finding softness in that wound. Now, the house that this Chiron wound is for myself also paints a picture of where eventually it becomes a source of teaching. The wounded healer. My Chiron in Cancer wound is in the 10th house of career. And the work that I do here, sure, it can feel very paternal to a certain extent because my moon is in Capricorn. I have a daddy moon. But there's a softness now, only because I recognize the sort of nurturance I need. And instead of waiting for other people to give me that nurture and that care, I started extending that nurture and care to myself. And in turn, it started being something that I extended to others as a demonstration and as an integrative practice for me healing that wound. And in the 10th house, look at the platform that I've built. It is, in many ways motherly, and I do try at my best to make sure that the lens through which I translate astrology feels warm, feels nurturing. And sometimes it is that tough mom sort of love, but I do ultimately make sure that the heart is at the center of it. To care deeply is the wound being healed through Cancer. And in the 10th house, to care deeply about the work I do as well. To really, really care, to really, really give a fuck. And trust, before that, I did so many jobs. Before this, I did so many jobs that I tried to convince myself I cared for. Sure, there was a little bit of that care, the little bit of that love, but I didn't have my heart fully in it. And that right there is Cancerian, my heart fully in it, right? So Chiron is that. It's to look at that wound, to look at, let's say, the shadow of that archetype, and to then extend that same amount of healing to yourself. to bring the wound to a higher octave. And mind you, I still carry the wound of, wow, mom. I still carry it. It doesn't make the wound go completely away. It doesn't mean that the damage hasn't been done. It just means, if anything, the damage becomes that platform through which you go, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that this cycle, this loop, this wounding stops here. I'm going to do everything in my power to demonstrate to myself and to others that I'm not going to continue that cycle. The buck stops with me. The buck stops with me. And in that, you start realizing, whoa, I can heal this. And to heal it doesn't mean, it goes away completely. To heal it just means to soften it. To soften it to a point where it's not the thing that's getting the best of you. In fact, you're giving your best of yourself to it so that it can become better in turn. We are wounded. We are wounded. We carry wounds. And for so many of us, the story, the place from where those wounds come from are the keys of liberating ourselves. Us showing ourselves the other, showing ourselves the opposite, showing ourselves that, hey, this too is possible, gives the nervous system an example of autonomy in ways that goes, whoa, I can really set myself free here. I can really set myself free. Yeah, absolutely. So thank you. Thank you for asking about Chiron. Of course, Chiron in every single sign is going to look a little different. The integration work is going to look a little different. And I think integration is a great word to use for Chiron, because it is about integration. It's about bringing and alchemizing that wound into a source of power instead of the source of our defeat or demise. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense. Thank you for asking about Chiron. It's a very powerful piece. I think it's one of those celestial bodies that I love working with and makes really good sense. There's a whole lot of other celestial bodies, of course. You know, there's Vesta, there's Pallas, there's all these asteroids, you know, you can work with. Which if it's in alignment for you, great. I really love simply working with astrology as much as possible. You'll see here, like even in my readings, like in these ones per se, like I'm not really even talking about aspects as much. Because aspects also add a whole other level of complexity, which sometimes helps and sometimes doesn't, you know. So there's that. There's that as well. And thank you all for being here. Thank you all for your comments and for engaging. It makes my heart happy. Happy knowing that there's people here learning and we're integrating together in real time. Really good stuff. So I'm gonna move on to our next reading here, which is for Louise. Louise, it is your turn, love. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for your resources, and it helps me do this work full time. And y'all, I'm actually doing this work full time. It's pretty amazing. It took a lot of years, took a lot of ups and downs and a lot of internal struggles with my own worth, but I made it here and I'm doing it in a way that feels good. And you are all such a huge part of that. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, celestial bodies is a good phrase. Really good phrase. Happy full moon, babies. Happy full moon. Okay, let's see what we got here, lovely. Oh, beautiful Louise. Okay, baby. So this is what I have going on for you. And your notes already really point to the crux of this. We got 2 more readings to get through, friends. And so this is for you, Louise. If you're watching live, great. If you're not, welcome to your replay. So in your notes, you put, I have to keep telling myself to inhale and then exhale. I'm excited for the next chapter in life, but I'm worried at the same time. And that right there speaks to your north and south nodes so poetically, your notes. I'm worried. I'm worried. This is the south node in Virgo. Now, let's understand Virgo as well here. Let's understand Virgo as the archetype. By the time we get to Virgo, it's right after Leo. Leo, summertime. Anytime I think of Leo, I'm thinking, when I think of that season, the elements in that season, we got Cancer, we got Leo, and we got Virgo. When I think of that chapter, I always think of summer TRL. Like, y'all remember summer, like spring break TRL, and everybody was like dancing in the summertime, and it's like, yes, and it feels very much that energy. Whereas Cancer is like, yes, I just want to be in my body, I want to dance, I want to be with the people I love, I want to hold them. Leo's wearing the cute fit, the cute outfit, look at me, and maybe I drank a little bit too much. And in that, Virgo is like, okay, baby, let me hold your hair. Yep, we went there, I got snack, I got this. Hold on, you need to drink some water. We've been at it for some time. And also the imagery of harvest comes through with that chapter of the zodiac, in the sense of things are starting to grow, things are starting to be harvested. Whoa, the harvest is harvesting. There's a lot here. And in that, Virgo looks at all the harvest and goes, we got to do something about this. Wow, okay, how much of this is going to keep us afloat for the winter? How much of this could get shared? How much are we intaking? And there you get an idea of Virgo. Virgo already comes into the zodiac in very many ways preparing for winter, knowing that winter is coming and that we're going to need to sustain life. Yes, let's enjoy our summer, let's kiki, but like, hey guys, this chapter is closing, and now it's declination. You know, we start with fall, and fall is where things begin slowly dying, things begin slowly ending. And Virgo sees that. They are in the middle of that. They're in the middle of wanting to have a good time and still be able to enjoy the fruits of summer TRL vibe energy, while also like recognizing that this is coming to an end and we got to think of our next steps. What now? Okay. So in that, we start to understand Virgo a little bit more in its complexity and its detail-oriented nature, in its analysis, which can sometimes become analysis paralysis. And there it is, South Node in Virgo. We're looking at an amplification of the shadow as well with Virgo. And the shadow of Virgo is hyper fixated on things that are not working. Worried. You said it in your notes. I'm worried. I'm excited, but I'm worried at the same time, right? I need to remind myself to breathe, to exhale. And I would add there to surrender, which is the medicine of that North Node in Pisces. To breathe. Inhale. Everything is in its flow. Everything is flowing. Everything is moving. Everything is as it should be. North Node Pisces. We've come into this world to master awareness and consciousness, to be Christ consciousness itself, incarnate, in the sense of, why worry? You know, I think Sagittarius would say, don't worry, be happy. And Pisces would say, worry, cry, dance, laugh, whatever. It's all a part of life. But if your worry is getting in the way of you also just surrendering and trusting to the grand cosmic cycle that is life, then you're missing the point. And then South Node Virgo goes, I'm missing the point. Could you tell me the point, please? Tell me the point exactly that I'm missing. I need to know. And then North Node Pisces here just laughs all knowingly and all cosmically of like, oh my God, child, one day you will get it. And South Node in Virgo goes, get it. What is it? What is it that I'm supposed to get? What is the one thing I'm supposed to do? And Pisces says, all of it or none of it. It doesn't matter, but it matters so much. And that is like, wait, what? That right there, though, is the wisdom of that North Node in Pisces, which is to reach that dying day and to go and to still carry that grief and go, there's still so much I wanted to do, but I'm so glad that I got to do what I did. I'm so grateful that I got to do and experience all that I did. You can't really prepare for death. That North Node in Pisces here, in that house of death as well, is to carry the wisdom of, hey, look, all of this is going to come to an end. Did we waste it all by trying to be prepared? Did we waste it all on worry? Or were we truly present? Were we truly here? It's the quote from Kung Fu Panda of like the dojo master who was like, do you know why they call it being present? Because it's a gift. And it is. To be present in it all. Full embracing of the pain, the sorrow, the joy, the laughter, the action, the intensity, all of it. Instead of preparing for it, just being in it, breathing in. You said it so poetically and so beautifully and so simply in your notes. Breathing in and exhaling. That's it. It's here and it's gone. And as it's gone, it's not thinking, when am I going to be here again? When is the breath going to come again? When am I going to breathe again? When am I going to inhale? No, it just happens. And then it exhales. It's alive. And then it dies. And it's alive. And it dies. And as it rises, the breath rises. It's not thinking, okay, cool. When is this breath going to end? When is it going to drop? When is it going to finish? It's just like, no. It just happens. It just happens. Life just happens. So what do I do then? Well, in the meantime, you experience the things you're curious about. You ask the questions you want to ask. You indulge in the things you want to indulge in. And you stop making something that is so simple, so complex. It's not. It's simple. Life is simple. It can be simple. We want to be loved. We want to feel held. We want to belong. We want to feel nourished. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And how we get there isn't necessarily through preparation. It's through awareness. It's a gift. Soften, 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 soften. That's what we're doing in this lifetime. North Node in Pisces. Soft until we're mush. Until we don't know where we end and the other begins. And in that, it gives you a feeling of trust and surrender. That you will respond accordingly to anything life shows or throws your way. You will respond. You already are prepared. You were prepared the minute you took your first breath. It's not some sort of thing you have to reach to then be able to trust and surrender. You just got to trust and surrender. By now, the universe has shown you how many countless times that it probably works out for you. That it absolutely works out for you. How many times has the universe shown you and confirmed to you like, oh, I guess I didn't need all that preparation. I was really cycling and looping, preparing for the worst case scenario instead of just being in what is. It's a very trippy North Node placement, you know. To which I say also, you might benefit from, well, what is the dream here then? What is the star? What is the hope? What is that desire? And then in that, opening up that heart and being like, God, source, creator, universe, show me how good it can get. I'm ready for it. Bring it my way. I'm open. I'm ready to receive. Okay? Yeah. So as far as this next chapter, I like just really letting that be the anchor. All of the rest of your chart will open up through that North Node, which goes, whatever the shadow is, whatever the gotta prepare, whatever the thing that says you're not enough, fuck that noise. It's all just noise. It really is. You are loved. You are capable. You are worthy of that love, that care, that compassion. You are worthy of that breath, that trust, that surrender. It's not something you earn once you're skilled enough. It's something you already are, have always been. It's as easy as the baby who cries when they're hungry, cries when they're tired, cries when they need their diaper changed, cries when they want to be held. It's as simple as that. That baby is not going, how can I get prepared for this? I need to be more skillful with how I ask for what I want. No, that baby just is as they are. They're not making it complex at all. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Louise. I appreciate you. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for your surrender in this. And yeah, good stuff. Appreciate you. Appreciate you so much. We got one more on the books today, friends, and then we'll close up our little circle here. This has been really fun. Really, really fun. I enjoy doing this. Good stuff. Felix says here, have y'all tried Sudarshan Kriya, taught by Art of Living, our free videos? Ooh, Art of Living. I feel like I've heard Art of Living. Absolutely. I'm gonna have to look into this, Felix. Thank you for sharing. Also, thank y'all for being so active in the chat as well. Hermoso, gracias. Los recibo y los multiplico para todos. Che, gracias, amor. Un abrazote bien fuerte te mando. ¡Mua! Gracias, cariño. Pues bien. Bueno, andiamo. Pa'lante. Yeah. We got one more chart reading here, and it's Lori. Lori, thank you, love, for your contribution as well. Louise, thank you for that as well. Let me just put in your information here, and we'll move forward. Breath work, absolutely. I gotta do breath work more, honestly. We all gotta do breath work a lot more. It happens to be the thing that so many resist, because like, oh my god, it just takes so much time. But the hours, the days your life is enhanced by with breath work, I think it's worth sometimes the hour spent in breathing. All right. Let's see here, love. I love this. I love this for you. So I gotta get this shit healed. I love that. All right, Lori, let's talk about it. Okay, let's go. So, Lori, you're feeling like you got something to share. You're feeling like you got a message to share. I think that's really beautiful. It's really wonderful. And I'm sure that a lot of these realization stations are coming through from you spending time in solitude. What I really love that's coming through in regards to this moment and sharing and channeling whatever it is that's coming through you is we have the Sun in Gemini right now, and we also have Uranus in Gemini, which is going to be a 7-year transit. And for you, hitting this 10th house of career, 10th house of legacy, 10th house of the stage we occupy and what we're remembered for, right? And in Gemini, we're talking about communicating. We're talking about sharing something. We're talking about sharing truth of some sort, or sharing questions really with the collective space as well, which is very Gemini. I would say with Gemini here in the 10th house, being very mindful in the sense of like whatever you do end up sharing on the main stage of life, making sure that you have other people to talk with, whether that's on a panel or a circle or maybe even a podcast if that's something you want to explore. Having others to communicate with and to share in space with is Gemini, is what it's all about. 10th house of legacy as well. Uranus and Gemini also, very importantly, it's innovative. It hasn't been done before. It pushes humanity forward through technology time and time again, and it brings people into a collective understanding of themselves and in turn of each other. Gemini is the holder of contrarian beliefs as well, contrarian truths. They receive information and put it out. They receive the collective information and put it out. Whereas Aquarius, absolutely, they are an air sign. They're fixed air. They hold, all of that perceptual information because they're fixed. And part of their work is to push past that and to eventually share it with the world, because it does come from such a real rooted place. Versus Gemini, we're spitballing, right? It's like it's in and out as quickly as it comes in and as quickly as it goes out. So whatever it is that's coming through communication wise, trust that it is tethered to what is happening in the present moment, but it will change quickly. Messages change quickly with the Uranus and Gemini transit. And it needs other people. Mutable air. It needs other people to spread. It needs to spread information as well in real time. The other thing I really want to talk about for you here as well is Jupiter in Leo. So beginning of July of this year, we have Jupiter in Leo. Jupiter being that planet of love, that planet of abundance, of luck, of doors opening for us. How we attract opportunities. And for you got Leo in the 12th house. Leo in the 12th house is about really seeing yourself in solitude. Really seeing, and also I would say dramatically, performatively playing with spirit. I think playing with spirit is a really good sentence to consider in this 12th house territory, because Leo is that sign of play. It is the sign of the inner child. And in the 12th house of spirituality, what exists in the realm beyond the physical realm, we see here something worth exploring of, great, how do we create with spirit? How do we dance with spirit? How do we play with spirit? And in that, you have your natal Uranus, that planet of sudden revelation, right? That aha moment in Leo, right? So how you channel, how those sudden bursts of inspiration come through are through Leo, which goes, great, I'm going to be on stage. I'm going to validate and witness myself. There is a spirit team behind you that's just waiting for you to start playing with them and moving through them with them. And in that, now putting it out into the world, right? Now putting it out into the main stage of life. It's time to share things. It's time to share some ideas. It's time to get us in order as well. North Node in Virgo. Interestingly enough, the reading before this, we talked about South Node in Virgo, but North Node in Virgo is like, all right, cool, we got to get organized here. It's not enough to just feel. We got to get our shit together. We got to get things together. We got to build some skills here. We got to build some worth. We got to earn it as well. And we got to build some skills here, and also trusting ourselves. I think we trust others. We at times trust others to the point where we don't know where we end and the other begins. But no, how do we also make sure that we are trusting of self? Trusting of our feedback as well. Trusting of how we want to improve and grow, and in turn, how we want our relationships to grow from that. Because Virgo here, it's a sign of skill. It is the sign of skill. It is a sign of building every single day, day in, day out, steadily, with dedication, with devotion, with analysis and research, building and improving something that needs tinkering with. And in the first house, we're looking at the self. I would say, since we have Pluto in conjunction with this North Node in Virgo, it brings a level of intensity to oneself. Maybe we're too hard on ourselves. Maybe we're afraid of ourselves. Maybe there's too high of a standard at self, to which the North Node Virgo work is precisely knowing exactly what it is we have to do, stripping away any of the harshness, and just getting down to the root, getting down to the truth. Like, okay, cool, this is what we got to tweak. This is what we got to do now. This is how we got to move forward. And that's it. It's simple. Whatever little voice that lingers in there that's telling you you're not enough, that you're not capable, you're not skilled enough, you'll never be skilled enough, who cares? Skills can be built. They're not necessarily built in a day, and that's okay. We're not like the feeling part of it all. It's like, I get it, there's feeling and whatnot, but I would say let's start really building ourselves up in a way that brings our relationship to a space that feels like it fits and it feels good, instead of something that it feels more obligation, right? You want the responsibility of being in relationship with others without necessarily the sense of like, oh my gosh, I'm obligated, or I take it all the emotional weight, all the emotional responsibility upon myself. Like, nope, that's not what we're doing here. 7th house Pisces is gosh, we really give a lot of ourselves to others, and it's not a bad quality, you know. It's beautiful to give oneself to others. It's beautiful. But when it becomes this sort of like escape from like, oh, well, maybe if I do enough for other people, then I'll feel better about myself. No, I do for others because I feel so great about myself, because I love how skillful I am with myself. And it's because of that, that is a beautiful act of service I provide. Okay. So we're thinking here in this chapter, okay, cool. We want to share. We share. We share. We take up space. It's okay to take up space. You're not too much of an egoic person for wanting to also be seen in truth, wanting to share and communicate and express. It comes from the heart. It comes from love, and making sure that it comes from love and making sure that it comes from service, that will get that South Node to quiet down from equating emotional service as being the thing that makes you feel enough. Like, no, you need to know your enoughness first. And in that, all that love that you provide, whether it's through your relationships or with others in that 10th house, all of that will start feeling a lot more manageable. Okay. But we got to get organized. We might have too many tabs open. We might have too many things we want and desire to do. It's like, let's get practical here. God, grant that today I do the work that matters. That is the mantra of highest octave Virgo. God, grant that today I do the work that matters. Not tomorrow, not the next day, not the following day, not next year, today. And sometimes the work that matters today is, I'm going to stretch. I'm going to stretch. I'm going to honor the temple that is this body. I'm going to reflect. I'm going to journal. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to call my mom. I'm just going to be in silence, free of influence. I'm going to work my body out, do some yoga. I'm going to breathe a little more. That's great work. And in turn, how you offer yourself to others will be dramatically optimized and improved. Because the martyring of oneself is too much. It's too clunky. It's not sustainable. And I think right there, that word sustainable, sustainability in the first house, Virgo, sustainability of self. That is what we're here to do. Sustainability of self. And in turn, what comes after that? The space available for the others after that. You'll find that energetic container feels way more open and sustainable than that of giving from the scraps that you have to give from. Okay? All right. Perfect. Well, Lori, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I see you. I value you. I love you. I love everyone here. On that note, we're all done. We're all set. Thank you all for being here in this space. Thank you all for saying yes. This has been a fantastic time. I appreciate all of you for staying and hearing out. Hopefully you got something valuable from this conversation. Happy full moon tomorrow in Sagittarius. If you want to book a one-on-one reading with me, please check out the link in the description on YouTube, or you can comment chart real quick on Instagram Live if you want me to send you the links to book a one-on-one reading with me. I see you, I value you, I cherish you. And thank you. Thank you for giving me the space to do this work. We'll talk very soon. Bye for now, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And yay. Mwah. Bye, everyone. Gratitude. Gratitude is the attitude. Bye for now, everyone.